Welcome to Haxby Shed. My decision to buy a shaper came from my decision not to buy a milling machine. Most of the jobs that I will do are on the lathe. Milling machines are large, bulky, more expensive, the tooling is expensive, and for the number of times that I would use it, I decided it wasn't worth the trouble. For my purposes, I could cover the work of a miller using a shaper and a milling attachment on the lathe. So after a bit of research, I decided that I wanted a metric shaper, something compact, and the Elliott 10M looked like a good choice. I kept an eye out on eBay, but most of the ones I saw were too far away and also, quite often, too scruffy. Anyway, I kept on looking, and one night in the pub, after karate class with friends, I looked at eBay, and there was a very nice looking Elliott 10M, not too far away, and it looked as if the seller had had some trouble, and it was sold but then not sold. No time wasters. Buy it now. Bang, that was it. It was mine. The next day, I contacted the seller and made arrangements to go and see it. Yeah. It needed a bit of cleaning up, but the package included this static converter, and with a bit of negotiation, the seller agreed to deliver it for me. So a few days later, the shaper arrived at my place on a flatbed strapped onto this dolly trolley. The flatbed had a winch, but the trolley had wheels which were wider at the back and narrower at the front, and they only just fitted onto the ramps. It was metal on metal, and anything sliding either way could have seen the whole thing toppling over. We got the shaper off the trolley with my engine hoist, and at that point the seller made his way home. Now there was just me on my own with a 450 kilo shaper. My intention was to raise the shaper up with wood blocks and then slide it across on rollers over the top of cinder blocks, inch by inch, towards the door. Once in the room, it was easy to roll into the corner where I wanted it. So I have to decide which way it's going to go. But there seems to be plenty of room for it. I thought it might have been a bit tight for room, but it's not. But I use rollers and blocks and ramps and ratchet straps and goodness everything to get this thing in, and it's so top heavy it just wants to cockle over every time, and I had to change the angle of the engine hoist to turn it round, but while I was doing that it had to just stand there on its own on some bits of wood, and it was all very scary. With the shaper in and working, my next job was going to be to clean and service it, and that will be the subject of future videos. Thank you for watching Haxby Shed.